I'm hoping this video will be a little faster than the previous videos, so let's just get right into it. We're going to be talking about nouns in English, and the first question maybe is, what is a noun? I hope you can answer this at this point, being in high school, but a noun simply is either a person, oh, text box, no thank you, person, place, thing, or an idea. And that pretty much covers everything. So person, that could be I, that could be Jim, could be the French, something along those lines. Anything like that, it's person. Place could be, here, uh, San Francisco, the moon, anything like that. Places. Things could be, objects of any kind. A couch, Game Boy, Fortnite. So why not? Right? A thing. Or an idea. And these can be a little bit more abstract, so the ideas of like freedom, democracy, um, rights, right? Things that might not be tangible, but still, function like a noun. Um, so person, place, thing, or idea is a noun. And where English is completely different than Latin, and the whole reason why we need to cover this is that English relies on, you should be able to answer this at this point, but word order, right? Word order. So the order of our words is super important in English, not important in Latin at all. That's why we need to cover this. Okay, so what is the typical word order for a sentence in English? Okay, word order, right? What do we usually have? Usually we're going to have something like this. S, V, O. Okay, and the S here stands for your subject, and then the V is your verb, and then the O is any and all objects that follow. And really the most important piece here is this beginning, thing, subject and verb first. Okay, just to show you sort of, let's go through and sort of talk about, hey, what do all these things mean? Okay, there's a bunch of different ways that a noun can be used. The noun can either be your subject, which corresponds to the nominative case, but subject is the doer of the verb, is one way to put it. The doer of the verb, or the main noun in the sentence. Okay, usually really it's the doer. Okay, we can have the direct object, and the direct object is the noun that is directly affected by the action. Noun, mainly, might be a good word. Mainly affected by the verb in the sentence. So what's mainly affected by the verb? So the thing that is directly impacted might be an idea. An indirect object is just, let's take it and it's once removed is sort of the idea. So once removed from this main action, so our subject is going to be interacting and doing something, that's our verb, and that verb is directly impacting a direct object. Now, there might be some fallout from that, and that would be the indirect object. So this would be a noun or nouns, Wait, secondarily? No, that's a bad word. Let's not use that. Nouns, um, yeah, affected, uh, tangentially. Oh, there we go. By the verb. Or secondhand by the verb. So they're not directly there, but they're, sort of second. We could have nouns in prepositional phrases. Um, Prepositional phrases. So this would be like the on the TV, right? I saw you on the TV, right? That's the idea. TV there is a noun, but it's working in this prepositional phrase of on the what? On the TV. We need prepositions there. We can show possession in English. That's simple. So possession in English is just going to be a noun, and you have sort of three options with that. Of the is one way to translate it, or you could have S, apostrophe S, or S apostrophe. That's really it. So how does all this look in a sentence? Okay, well, we need our subject first. So if I gave you a basic sentence of the turtle ate all the grapes, right? Or just make it even less. The turtle ate grapes, right? Okay. If we had this basic sentence, we need to find our verb, and here's our verb right here. Boom. Verb ate. Okay. Now, who is doing the eating? Right? That's the question you need to ask. Who is doing the verb? Who is actually doing that action? And in this sentence, we have the turtle. So the turtle here is our subject, and that should be easy enough. Whoever's doing the action is your subject. Subject is nominative case. So the turtle in this sentence ate. And now, what is the turtle eating? That's the best question you can ask. What is the subject verbing? Right? I'll write that down for you. The best way to answer to find your direct object is what is the subject? So whatever your subject is. What is the subject verbing? And it makes sense. Trust me. Right? You want to ask that. What is the turtle eating? And if you can answer that question, grapes, right? The turtle is eating grapes, then that is your direct object. Okay? And that's your basic sentence. Subject, verb, direct object. Who's doing it? What are they doing? Who are they doing it to? Or what are they doing it to? Okay? So we can take this a step further. And we could say, he gave the turtle, oh man, to his girlfriend. Okay? Using the same logic. What's our verb? What's our action word? Well, it's gave. Right? So there's our verb. Okay? Who is doing the giving? Well, he's doing it. So he is our subject. Yeah. Oh man. Struggling. He's our subject. Now he gave. And what did he give? All right? What did he give? And you would say he gave, well, he gave the turtle, right? So that has to be our direct object. There. Now we can take it a step further, right? Who is benefiting or who is secondarily involved with the giving of this turtle, right? Who benefits in a way from this, right? And we have this idea of to his girlfriend. And this is just an example of an indirect object, right? To his girlfriend. She's not the one being given, right? He's not giving his girlfriend, right? He's giving a turtle, but he's giving it to his girlfriend. So she is benefiting from this action, right? In a second way, in an indirect kind of way. That's the idea of an indirect object. Another way that we can phrase this sentence, and it still works out the same way, just English, we could say, he gave his girlfriend. Yeah, there we go. His girlfriend, the turtle, right? And we sort of get rid of, like in this sentence, we had that too, and we just sort of get rid of it. So he gave his girlfriend the turtle. Well, we still have he's still our subject, and he gave. You still ask the question of, you know, who or what is the subject verb? What is he giving, right? What is he giving? And you wouldn't say he's giving his girlfriend, right? What is the object that he's giving? What is the noun that's being given? And you still will arrive at the turtle. Just still your direct object, right? Now you can still say, well, he gave the turtle to whom? Who did he give the turtle to? His girlfriend. And then we're still left with his girlfriend as the indirect object. Just a way that we don't really think about it in English. Okay. Um, Besides this, I mean, there's really not a whole lot left for English. Besides if we said something like, we see them under the tree. Okay, tree here is a noun, right? But it's in this prepositional phrase of under the tree. A preposition is simply giving extra information, either about location or time. And so under is your preposition, and this whole thing together, from here to here, is your prepositional phrase, that whole thing, under the tree, right? We could get rid of it, and we still have the sentence, we see them. And that's perfectly fine for English. That gives us meaning. We're good to go. What are we seeing? We're seeing them. And there we go, your direct object. Really, that's the most basic of sentences. Subject, verb, direct object. But now we have a little extra information here with, well, where are we seeing them? Under the tree. Okay, so tree is a noun, but in this sense, it's within. Wow, there we go. Within a prepositional phrase, right? Under the tree. So that's another option as well. And typically in Latin, that's where we'll see that, under sub, sub, and that's sub plus either the ablative or the accusative, right? Just depending on if it's under or from under, right? So that means that tree then, it's going to be one of these two based on the rules of whatever our preposition is going to do. So sub, in, ex, day, anything like that. Really, besides that, I mean, this is the basics of verbs, or I'm sorry, nouns in English. If you can understand subject is the thing doing it, and typically it's right at the beginning, and our direct object, the who or what is the verb, what is the noun verbing, or what is the subject, what is the subject verbing, and you can answer that question. That gives you your indirect object or your direct object. Then indirect objects are, indirectly affected, secondarily affected by that action, right? The subject doing this action to the to the direct object gives us some indirect benefit based on, and that's your indirect object. Outside of that, there's really not a whole lot in English. There's a lot more to cover in Latin, at least. But word order should tell you almost everything that you need to know. Okay. Oh no, that's not what I want. So we'll practice these, and that's sort of all I got.